Hi everyone, I am teacher Lemuel Soriano and I am your science teacher. For today's video, I am going to discuss our new lesson. Are you ready? That's great! Before we proceed to our lesson, let's have a game. In this game, you are going to guess a word by simply looking at these 4 pictures. This game is called 4 Picks 1 Word. Are you familiar with this game? Very good. Are you ready, my dear students? Alright. What word that comes into your mind for the first set of pictures? Producers? Let's see. Producers is the correct answer. How about for the second set of pictures? Anyone? Consumers. Let's see. Consumers is the correct answer. Next, for the third set of pictures. Decomposers. Let's see. Decomposers is the correct answer. Producers, consumers, and decomposers have something to do with our lesson for today, which is about the food chain. But what is the role of these 3 living organisms in a food chain? Let's discuss it one by one. The first is producers. Plants are called producers. This is because they can produce their own food. They do this by using light energy from the sun, carbon dioxide from the air, and water from the soil to produce food in the form of glucose or sugar. This process is called photosynthesis. What is photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is from the word photos, which means light, synthesis, which means to manufacture. Therefore, photosynthesis is the process in which plants use sunlight for them to manufacture their own food. Next is consumers. Animals are called consumers. This is because they cannot make their own food, so they need to consume or eat plants and or animals. For example, tiger and lion. We have 3 types of consumers. First is herbivore. This is an animal that eats only plants. For example, cow, grasshopper, and many more. Second is carnivore. This is an animal that eats only meat of the other animals. For example, lion and tiger. The third one is omnivore. This is a living organism that eats both plants and animals. For example, human and bear. Decomposers are microorganisms. When you say micro, means small. Therefore, decomposers are small organisms that break down the large dead body of an animal into smaller parts. For example, bacteria and fungi. Let's talk about the trophic levels. First is producers, or it is also known as autotrophs. These are living organisms that can produce their own food like plants. Primary consumers. These are herbivores that eat producers. Secondary consumer. These are carnivores that eat herbivores. Tertiary consumer. These are carnivores that eat secondary consumers. Now, let's talk about the food chain. What is a food chain? Food chain is a simple and direct process that shows the one-way flow of energy in an ecosystem. This is a series of steps in which organisms transfer energy by eating and being eaten. For example, the sun gives the plant energy. The plant may be eaten by the grasshopper. The grasshopper may be eaten by the frog, and the frog may be eaten by an eagle. When an eagle dies, the decomposer will occur. They will be the one to break down the large dead body of an animal into smaller pieces. Then, the plant can use this as a fertilizer. Simple food chain. A simple food chain starts with grass, which is eaten by rabbit. Then, the rabbit is eaten by fox. Big food chain. A big food chain starts with acorn, which is eaten by mouse. The mouse is eaten by snake. Finally, the snake is eaten by hawk. As you can see, energy is being transferred from one animal to another. Marine food chain. A marine food chain starts with phytoplankton, which is eaten by a small fish. Then, a small fish is eaten by a medium fish. And at last, a medium fish is eaten by a big fish. Did you understand? Very good. So, prepare yourself for a short quiz.
Are you ready?
The grass is a blank in this food chain. A. Producer, B. Consumer, or C. Decomposer. A is the correct answer. What term best describes the frog, fox, and owl in each food chain? A. Producers, B. Decomposers, or C. Consumers. C is the correct answer. The grasshopper is a blank in this food chain. A. Producer, B. Consumer, or C. Decomposer. B is the correct answer. What do the arrows in a food chain represent? A. Direction of energy flow, B. Direction of travel, C. Direction of death, or D. Direction of the sun's energy. A is the correct answer. Which term best describes an organism that makes its own food? A. Producer, B. Consumer, C. Decomposer, or D. Carnivore. A is the correct answer. Which term best describes organisms that eat only plants? A. Herbivores, B. Carnivores, or C. Omnivores? A is the correct answer. What type of organism feeds on dead and decaying matter? Example, fungi. A. Producer, B. Consumer, or C. Decomposer? C is the correct answer. Which of the following can be classified as herbivores, omnivores, and carnivores? A. Producer, B. Consumer, or C. Decomposer? Consumer is the correct answer. Which of the following is the very first part of a food chain? It provides the energy. A. Decomposer, B. Consumer, or C. Sun? Sun is the correct answer. Which term best describes organisms that eat only other animals? A. Omnivores, B. Carnivores, or C. Herbivores? B is the correct answer. Congratulations! Thank you for watching.